Now, mine was crazy, but not crazy enough to make me like this film. Hey everyone, it's Sharona from Pay Your Weight, and today I'm going to be reviewing Ma, which is directed by Tate Taylor, who's responsible for directing 2011's The Help, and the film stars Octavia Spencer, who portrays Sue Ann, who is basically minding her business, okay, trying to get her a little sip a little drink from the liquor store as she is approached by a group of young teenagers who ask her to buy their alcohol, and so she agrees, and then they form this really weird friendship as she allows these teenagers to drink in her house, and everything is fine until they realize, you know what, something ain't right with Ma. But before then, her crazy plan of what she has in store for these teenagers, it just develops and things get really crazy from then on, and I'm not going to give anything else away. So for those of you who are new to my channel, I'll tell you what I liked about the film, what I didn't like about the film, should you pay or wait to see this film in theaters. So what I enjoyed about Ma, most importantly, is Octavia's performance as Sue Ann. I really enjoyed that Octavia is really trying to play a character that none of us would have expected her to play. She is an Academy Award winning actress, okay? And so when the trailer came out for Ma, I was like, what? I'm intrigued, Octavia, and I have to say that if she was not in this film, I would not have enjoyed the film as much. I think that Octavia Spencer really commits to the character that she's playing. You can tell that she's having a blast playing Sue Ann, and then also too, nobody told me that Allison Janney was in the film. Now, the relationship between her and Sue Ann, who is her employee, is absolutely hilarious because she is so disrespectful. She is so rude to Sue Ann. And as you watch their interactions of how she treats her, it was really funny. And I have to say, the comedy does work in this film, especially when it revolves around Sue Ann. I did laugh. I laughed a couple of times. I was just like, girl, why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you saying the things that you're saying as you see that she's awkwardly trying to relate to these teenagers? But I think that it really makes the film enjoyable, and it really has a good use of comedy throughout as we go through this more of a thriller, psychological thriller type of film, more so than necessarily horror. And so that's pretty much all that I really enjoyed about Ma. Going into the cons that I have about the film, first and foremost, the trailer. A lot of you expressed that you felt as though that the trailer gave way too much of the story away, and I have to say you were right, and I didn't want to believe you. I thought that there were going to be so many other twists and turns throughout the film that it didn't matter that they gave us the general premise of what the film was going to be about. But unfortunately, because there was way too much revealed in the trailer with the images that was given to us, I really didn't get there were maybe one or two other twists, but not a big enough twist to really make me feel as though it was worth seeing everything that I saw in the trailer. And because of that, I really felt as though it really ruined my viewing experience of the film because I had too much information given to me prior to walking into the theater. Also too, I know that the film has to center around these group of teenagers, but because once we're finally revealed as to what happened to Sue Ann, why she does the thing that she does, as we understand her motivations, I felt as though that the film would have been better suited, not necessarily having the teenagers as the focal point of her victims, but really using that time to make those who kind of did what they did, because I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. I thought that the film would have been better utilized to really make them pay through the teenagers, and we really don't get to see the connection between the teenagers and those responsible for the actions towards Sue Ann. And so because of that, the film has a really great premise, and as you're watching the film, you really think it's going to go down this cool and awesome road, but when you get to the rush last 30 minutes of the film, because the first part of the film was so slowly paced, the payoff is not big at the end. And really, once you get the big climax scene of the movie, you're just like, that's it? You did that because of that, and then that's how you guys are gonna end the movie? What just happened? And because of that, I felt let down by Ma. I had to say it like that, I'm sorry, that's how I call my mom, Ma! It just really let me down. I felt as though that this movie has such potential to be good, but because it really didn't go for it in the third act, I just felt let down overall by the film. Now, that's not to say that other people won't leave the film feeling like, hey, I had a good time. Ma was doing some crazy things, and she really does some crazy things that had me screaming, yelling, and I would really say because of the things that she does towards the third act of the film, you really should see this. If you're going to go see Ma, see it with a big crowd, see it during opening weekend, because it really does add to the viewing experience. But for me, when I'm gonna tell you guys to do with you and your coins, I'm gonna say, wait, I'm sorry. It pains me to say this because I was so excited to see this film, but it's a wait for me, y'all. It's a wait. I'm sorry. I just had to keep it real. So those are my thoughts on Ma. As always, my name is Sharana from Pay Your Weight. And if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit that notification bell. And I love you guys 3000. I'll see you soon.